Welcome out. Today I'm going to be going over some tips and tricks to using essential oils for skincare and hair care. So I want you to think about things that you love about your skin and then some things that you want to improve. And we're going to be talking about a lot of things. So be prepared to take some notes. The things that you love, we just want to listen to the things that will help it stay that way. And you want to love yourself first. And then, secondly, we want to look at the things and write down which things are going to help you get what you're after. Okay. So, we have talked about toxins in the home. And so, you know that what goes on your body is going inside your body and it is changing your health. So, just looking in general, these are neurotoxins and carcinogens and endocrine disruptors. They cause allergies and weakens our immune system, respiratory damage, and they're skin irritants. So we want to just stop with our beauty things that are doing this to us, right? So doTERRA has come up with some hair product lines for the skin and the hair that can help us with this. And they have a lot of oils and healthy things in them. So I'm just going to jump into some common skin issues and share a few items and then a formula that you can make, a DIY. So for redness, first of all, this is usually, it can be from different things, but it's mostly because of inflammation. So the things I would suggest here would be yarrow pom, helichrysum, frankincense, or Correctex. You can actually just take out that ointment and put it on, and it really does help. The DIY for a roller, now these are always going to be 10 mil. So 10 drops of cypress, 10 drops of geranium, 10 drops of frankincense and yarrow pom, then 5 drops of helichrysum and copaiba. And just put it in the areas that you want to help improve the redness. Okay. Breakouts. So, of course, HD Clear is going to be one of them. That is in the teen line or for people that, are fighting blemishes. And then tea tree or melaleuca and rose touch is another really good one. And I'm going to go into the specifics of some of these oils later. But first of all, I'm just going to cover some common areas. So the DIY would be 10 drops of melaleuca, tea tree, turmeric, frankincense, geranium, 5 drops of either rose or if you have the palmarosa, and 5 copaiba. And then put them on your troubled areas. For scars, so usually we want them to fade over time, but in the meantime, we would like to minimize the color and the size and quicken that healing process as much as we can. The one thing I wanted to share and point out is that this can be for old scars, whether you have like old acne scars or something from like chicken pox or something like that. I have had that. In fact, I didn't have it in my youth. It only appeared as I got older, and it was from chicken pox. And so it actually, you can improve the appearance of that. And I can tell these I use on my face every night and every morning. And I can tell if I forget, like I go to bed and I forget a couple times, it will start to appear again. So just to let you know, you can have a regimen and keep the things that you want, and the things that you don't, you can improve. So geranium, yarrow pom, frankincense, touch, and neroli. And for a DIY, you can do 10 drops of cedarwood, lavender, frankincense, neroli, 5 drops of helichrysum, and copaiba. Brown spots. So, okay, this is usually because of aging and sun exposure, and then sometimes hormonal pigmentation. I want to stop and tell you that we're going to address some supplements that help in these areas, but if you start doing your Terrazyme frequently throughout the day, what happens with brown spots is that sugar, when it's not, broken up enough, it will collect in your skin. And then wherever it collects, it's like you go out in the sun and it's like putting it in the grill because it's gathered together and it chars it. And that's what leaves a brown spot. So Terrazyme will be great for breaking that up and preventing that from happening. So frankincense, lavender, sandalwood, and black spruce. And for a DIY, I would do 10 of copaiba, turmeric, frankincense, yarrow palm, 5 of oregano, 5 of black spruce. And if you don't have black spruce, you can do lemon. Just remember not to go out in the sun because lemon is photosensitive and can cause a light sunburn or maybe a bad sunburn if you're sensitive. Um, Aging, okay, everybody wants this, right? For the fine lines, wrinkles, loose skin, okay? We want to age, but just do it gracefully, and this is going to support that process. So Immortelle, frankincense, neroli, and myrrh. I will say for the Immortelle, if you find that this is too strong for your skin and your skin's sensitive to it, where it either tingles or stings or maybe has a little pinkness to it, cut this down, get yourself another roller. And some people do half and half. Some people break it up into a third, and some people do a fourth. So really adjust it to what you're comfortable with, and you can go from there. The myrrh, well, I'll share that when we get to individuals, but I would say another one for this process would be definitely yarrow palm. And so here is the DIY, which does have that in there. So 10 drops of rose, copaiba, and yarrow palm, 15 of frankincense because it works deeper in the cells, and 5 of myrrh. Myrrh is a little bit thicker, right? It's more syrupy like. So, I mean, it's not as thick as, say, vetiver or sandalwood, but it is a thicker oil. And sometimes if you ever see it crystallize on the top, that can happen, kind of like with honey or something. It'll crystallize. So try to use it often. And you can try running some hot water over it if you can. It can make it hard to open at times. But let's break it down. We're going to talk about some of these oils and what they're actually doing to help your skin. So rosemary, I want to say when we were talking about age spots, this is another one that I would add, but you do want to make sure you have the fractionated coconut oil because it's a spice, right? So this acts like retin-A, okay? And then lavender, it's going to help with the collagen production, and it's healing to the skin. But also if you have any red spots or something that pops up, sometimes I never used to have any skin sensitivity, and I still don't too much, but now that I'm cleaner in my home, if I go to like a hotel and I'm laying on a sheet that has some kind of laundry detergent that's strong or whatever, I can wake up and see some red spots on my face where the pillow touched, and I'll just take the lavender roller and just rub it on there and give it a few minutes, and the redness will fade. So just wanted to point that out. Myrrh, okay, we talked about that, but it's going to help with the firmness and elasticity. So that's why it's great for the fine lines and wrinkles. It also improves your tone. And if you have chapped skin or an irritation, I like to put it on my lips for that thick, coat. Tea tree or melaleuca, it's cleaning. It's very deep cleansing and clarifying. So, if you have blemishes, this is going to be great for that. It also regulates the oil production to even prevent the blemishes from occurring. It'll be numbing on the skin, and it's antibacterial, antifungal. It's great for wound healing. Neroli. So this is great for your skin texture. It revitalizes the skin, it softens and soothes the tissues, but really important, again, it's about collagen. This is better than collagen. It regenerates your cells and helps with the fine lines and wrinkles by plumping them. So I use that one. Now rose is antimicrobial, so it's really, really good. If you inhale it alone, it helps to prevent water loss. So in that case, it's going to be great for moisturizing your skin for dry, aging, or mature skin. It helps with skin imperfections and an overall tone and texture that will look healthy. So I do use that all the time. Jasmine as well. It helps your skin imperfections and your appearance. It gives you like a glowing complexion, and it also helps with the pH balance. So I love it for that and for toning. Now, ylang ylang. This is great. It helps with oil production and reduces breakouts. So I use it like if you have T-zone or just oily skin, but I just use it on my nose and my forehead, sometimes my chin, that's where the oil might be. It regenerates skin and helps with the lines and elasticity. Frankincense, of course, is going to be number one. It's promotion of cells, like new cell growth, improves scars and wrinkles. It's a natural toner. Um, it decreases any appearance of like pores and evens your skin tone and pigmentation. So great to put all over your face, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. Patchouli is an antiseptic and everything like that that you see there. But the reason why I like to include it is for people with eczema, dermatitis, or psoriasis, as well as acne. It will help new cell growth and help with the appearance. But for those conditions right there, you want to look at this. You want to look at Roman chamomile, which is across from it, and you want to get into doing a cleanse, using the Terrazyme, the probiotics. Those are going to be key to reversing this condition. Okay, just to helping your body get enough support so where it doesn't have to try to flush through your skin in this fashion. Okay, geranium, it improves skin elasticity. I like this one as well because it helps with circulation and bruising if you have that or broken capillaries. Again, another one for eczema, but ringworm, it's the only thing that I see for that. Burns as well, but you can use frankincense also. But the other thing I like is it balances your oil production all over your face, whether no matter what kind of skin you have. So if it's overproduction of oil or underproduction of oil, you can put this on and then it'll help bring out more moisture in some area with more oil and then cut back in the places that it's too like greasy. Yarrow palm. So this is another big one, big punch. This is the inside out approach. So if you don't have the capsules and you're waiting to get them, or you're going to get them soon, in the meantime, you can take the dropper and put 2 or 3 drops under your tongue. And you get used to it really quick. It's not too strong, but it's blue. It activates the skin protecting proteins, okay? But it's going to inhibit the enzymes that break down the elasticity and the collagen, okay? And it's going to help promote collagen and revitalize your skin, giving it a healthy glow. So this is all that it's doing, as well as helping with metabolism. So yeah, I would put this in as a one to do all the time. Lemongrass, this is great for acne, but and reducing pores, but you could just use this as a toner. It's not a pricey oil, and you can just use this as a healthy toner. And especially if you want to prevent acne and or the appearance of your pores. I did hint at the Roman chamomile for conditions of cracked skin, acne, eczema, sensitive skin. It's soothing, okay? But the key to this one, the reason why I like to highlight this one is I don't have anything else that I have found for rosacea. So I would say this, and then there was another one I mentioned for redness, and I think it was, yeah, lavender. But I think more than just lavender, because then everybody would be using it, is the Roman chamomile is really a key. And I would probably put some frankincense with it as well to help the cells performance, and maybe the rosemary as well. Okay. And then blue tansy. So this helps appearances of blemishes. It smooths your irritated skin and it gives you a healthy glow. But I find that it just helps the glow and overall appearance. So I like to pick out the ones that I need in certain areas. Like if I have a blemish, I'll put something on that. If I have a red spot, I'll put something on that. And then I do my oily section. Then I take all the rest of them that I like for balancing, like the jasmine for the pH, the geranium for balancing out the oil, maybe the ylang ylang. And then I rub that in, or I just add the yarrow palm and the blue tansy and then rub them all in together. But sometimes I rub those in, then take my hydrating cream and then add the yarrow palm and the blue tansy, and it comes out blue, blue, blue. You'll be smurfy, but then once you rub it all in, you will see some changes in the morning. Okay, I do this every night, and I tested with my mom. I said, "You want to see overnight change? Let me show you this." And so I was like, put frankincense, put rose, put neroli, put lavender and jasmine, magnolia. Okay, rub it all in, put some ylang ylang and geranium. And then I said, okay, get that moisturizer in your hand, put a couple of drops of yarrow pom and a drop of blue tansy. It's so dark blue now. Put it on your face, be smirky, and then rub it in and go to bed. And then the next day she's like, wow. So just saying, people laugh because of how many oils I put on my face, but we see changes. Now let's talk a little bit deeper than the surface, okay? Your skin can be telling you what's truly happening inside your body. And so if you look at face mapping, I love to do this. It's literally like a book for our body. And you can look at it and then determine what areas might also need support that aren't really showing you problems, but you can help your skin in a different way. So you can help that organ and then see something else change, right? It's just like a hint. Here's what's going on. Help me out. It's like a cry. I can tell you that when I was in high school, I never really had acne, but when I would have something pop up, it was in the area where my lungs are, and I didn't learn until later that I had lung damage, and some colon or bladder, kidney. It was only in those couple sections. So pretty interesting to me. And then here's a recipe on the right for troubled skin, for eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis. 5 drops of cedarwood, geranium, and yarrow pom, 2 drops of helichrysum, and then I would, fill the rest with fractionated coconut oil and roll it on 2 to 3 times a day. And like I said, you're going to want to do the cleanse for your gut and help your kidneys because that's why this is occurring. It's trying to flush these toxins out and get on those probiotics. Okay, those are going to be key for these areas. Now, another thing is going deeper would be your emotions. So I do want to share with you a little bit about what can be going on as well. Now, I'm not going to read what the cause is. Most of the time we can figure out what the cause is, but I'm going to look at just the emotions. So, because acne, you probably know it's from bacteria and hormonal imbalance. I mentioned that earlier. But self-love and acceptance. So really start looking at developing your self-love and self-worth. And then for all of these, I would also say make sure you're doing your lifelong vitality, internal nutrition. What's going on inside is going to reflect on the outside. So if we can help it from the inside, we're going to have better results, and the oils are going to work better on our skin as well. So discoloration, allowing negative energy in. And we are always going to take in some negative, but we need to learn to let that go too, so that it doesn't change things within us. So be patient, forgive yourself, forgive others, and remember to surrender some control. That's also a thing that's happening there. Dry, flaky skin, not accepting and receiving enough nurturing energies and love. So allow yourself to receive some care and some love, and then make sure you also increase your water intake and some omega. You want to add that oil, right, to help your skin. Itchy skin. So think about something itchy is an irritation, right? And intolerance. So maybe you don't own your power, you don't define your boundaries and keep your boundaries with others. So work on those, boundaries. Small bumps. We used to say this was frog skin when we were young, or some people say chicken skin, but allowing that negative energy again and lack of self-awareness. So work on being aware of what's going on with yourself, love yourself, forgive yourself and others, and have some tolerance. Then thin and sensitive skin. So yeah, if you're thin, you're going to let things in, right? So not accepting and receiving nurturing energies and undefined boundaries. So when we're sensitive, we need to set up some boundaries to protect ourselves. Choose joy and happiness as often as we can because we're letting things get under the surface. So let's shift that and keep those things away from us. Keep that boundary. Spend less time around those situations, more time with happiness, and focus on love and positivity. Create some healthy boundaries, and then you can see, you can develop a little bit healthier skin and be less sensitive. Weeping. Now, of course, they're going to have an infection usually if this is happening. So they are going to be afraid. They might feel they're a victim and feel just, like I'm defenseless. This is happening to me. I'm unsafe and weak and just powerless against this negative energy. So use your protective oils. There are a few. Diffuse On Guard and create the belief of being safe, that it's going to be okay and feel love, right? It's going to be all right. So those are some things I would say. Now, here's some recipes. I know I did the oil recipes, but there's just some other things that we like to do. So shaving cream, because anybody could use that, right? So a third cup of coconut oil and shea butter, and then 2 tablespoons of liquid Castile soap, 10 drops of lavender and eucalyptus. So you melt these butter and oil together, then put it into a bowl, add in the olive oil and the soap and your other oils. Whip it while you start adding the essential oils, and you'll see it start to, like get a different consistency. And then put it in a mason jar. Other thing is eye cream. So this is really easy. Now, even if you don't have oils yet, you can just use coconut oil and vitamin E oil, and you will see the appearance change and look a lot better. But for this recipe, it's going to be 2 drops of frankincense, rose, lavender, and cypress, and Roman chamomile. But next to it, um, I'm going to change that a little bit to where the others are lighter, and just the reasoning will be lighter. So the reason for the eye cream, right? Usually you're doing it for a couple. And frankincense is going to help with the dark circles. It'll also tighten and any discoloration. The rose is going to help with the collagen and the line and wrinkles. Lavender is going to be for the imperfections, but it's just great for the skin overall. So you want to use that. Some oils are going to be a little bit tougher, and that skin is different there. So that's going to be great. Now, cypress is going to help with the circulation. So it's going to help with the dark circles. And then chamomile is going to be for the puffiness and any aging you got going on. So just add these to a bowl and whip it up, and then put it in an airtight container. And then just put it around your eyes, dab it underneath, on the top of your eye. It can go all the way around. It's fine. And then, because these are all really gentle oils, but it's going to be best to put this on after you wash your face and apply your moisturizer, then put this on top, okay? Now, I also want to share a serum, and this serum's pretty cool, okay? 10 drops of frankincense, copaiba, yarrow palm, tea tree, 5 drops of lavender, geranium, cypress, 2 drops of blue tansy. Then you can fill this up with, actually, you can use avocado oil or jojoba oil. You can still use FCO. And now just know that with this, it's a 30 ml bottle. So you can save your bottle from the yarrow palm or find a 30 ml bottle. You can do it in a roller, but sometimes people like to just have all this and not have the roller. Just know that if it's a roller, it's going to be 10 ml. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to like divide this up, right? But this is going to last you a while. It's going to be a serum, and it's easy to use. But the good thing is about this is collagen boosting, moisturizing. If you like serums, it's free of all the other products that we were trying to avoid. And it helps the oil. It helps with amazing oils to prevent yucky skin. And it's for all skin types, okay, and all kinds of issues. So this is something that a friend shared. And then that friend, she also had cancer. So it was on her face, and she just shared what she did to help it heal after. So the top picture is the oils that she used. She actually had an old bottle of the yarrow palm and popped a roller top on there, and rolled that over her face in that area at least morning and night. Did the immortelle, did the rose, the magnolia. These oils were also chosen because it does help with that problem, with that type of issue, and overgrowth of cells and stuff. So that is what she did. She does have a picture of her nowadays in comparison, and you can't see it at all. I've even seen her close up and you can't see it. but you can just see day 1 and day 11. And this was pretty deep for her. Um, Now, on the other hand, this was the blue blend. That is a different recipe that she gave to another person that we mutually know. And this was just for a general scar. Um, but it was 15 drops of yarrow pom, 10 of helichrysum, sandalwood, and frankincense. Fill the rest up with FCO. And she said the key to both of these was using lifelong vitality because it's going to help regenerate your skin. Okay. So make sure that you're getting into your supplements here for the best looking skin. So speaking of that, we're going to hop right in and notice the first thing. Healing, protecting, and revitalizing your skin starts with the inside out. So our skin is reflecting 80% of what is going on the inside of our body. Only 20% is the outdoors and things around us, okay? So I'm not going to get into all the things, but these are the nutrients that you need for your skin, and they are all found in a lifelong vitality. So this is, again, a key to the foundation of looking and feeling good. All right, so another internal thing, I mentioned the yarrow pom, so you can get this capsule, and it has grape seed oil, it has vitamin C, which are great for collagen production, and then the melon that's in there enhances glowing skin. Terrazyme, I was telling you about getting everything broken up and having your elimination chimneys prepared. So it's going to also help with calming angry red skin. And remember, I was talking about eczema, psoriasis, that kind of stuff. The PB Assist is another one. You're going to want the prebiotic and the probiotic that are in there. It's going to help balance the bacteria for the best skin and optimal health and soothe any inflammation that's going on. And then increase your water. At least make sure you're drinking half your weight in ounces a day. And then here's the thing, the trick for me, I am not good about drinking water. I wish I was, but if I do add some citrus to it, I do a lot better. So add lemon and grapefruit. Those are the top 2 detoxifiers to improve, those benefits, but any of them can work. You can switch them out. And then here we're getting into the skincare. So this one is the first one. It is Mirage. It is the one. It is the one that is actually the favorite for most people that they pulled in doTERRA. It is the fave. And often we add some of the other 2 products in there, but the skin line in general. So the one on the left is the toner. The next white bottle is the cleanser. And I love this cleanser. It's really thin and it's like orange and lime and things like that. The next bottle, that yellow, golden, green color, is a serum. So you can have this serum. You don't have to make one. And this has all the ingredients from Immortelle, but it's diluted and it's got some other stuff in it, so it's not as strong on your skin. My daughter loves it, and so does my mom. And then the last thing is the moisturizer. And I do like this one during the summer. It's really light. But these are also ideal for aging skin as well. So I do know a lot of friends that, like I said, this is the fave. This one is for if you have trouble with breakouts or things like that. So the one on the left is the moisturizer. The one on the right is the foaming face wash. And then in the middle, it's the blemish, just a combination of oils to help with blemishes. Spot treatment. Then this is the essential care line. And so this is for any age as well, but it does have anti-aging things in here somewhat. So the first one on the left is an invigorating scrub. The next one is a facial cleanser. And this one my mom likes a little bit because it's thicker and it's creamier, so maybe more moisturizing. But I do use it sometimes as well. Pore reducing toner is in the middle. I love that one. I just love the smell of it, and I like it in general. What I do is I take this, and it's just got a hole where you can put it on a cotton pad or whatever. I pour it into a sprayer, and then I spray it either on I have these little, it's not cotton rounds, it's rounds that are like towels, and then I have a whole bunch of them. I just use it and then throw it in the washing machine. but you can spray it on something like that or just spray it on your face and wipe it off. So that's just a tip from me. The next thing is anti-aging moisturizer. So I use this sometimes too. I actually like the different ones for different reasons, but I probably use this one less than the others. I just think it's thicker and doesn't spread as easy for me, and I don't have a lot of dry skin, so you know. Um, I will go to the one on the bottom is a tightening serum. A lot of people love this, and I actually like to use it on my hands. If you have skin, the winter does that to my skin, and I'm probably need to be hydrated better, but that's one thing there. The next thing at the top, on top of the other one, is the brightening gel, but it has changed the packaging because this kept on spilling when we would push it up. They listened to us and improved it. But the brightening gel, let me just say, it is brightening. It will not help with pigmentation as far as age spots or brown spots, okay? It will not do that. It's not made for that though. It's made for evening out your complexion and brightening your complexion, and it does do that. My sister-in-law is the one that pointed it out to me first, and then I started trying it, and I loved it. The hydrating cream, I do love this, and not only is it hydrating, but I will tell you, anybody that has old scars and wants plumping to fill it in, like I was saying with the chicken pox, or Jason had like a couple spots from acne, it will fill in those holes, and like his just goes away. So it's great. Put this on top of everything. I like to put the oils on and then seal it with a hydrating cream when I wash my face at night. And then the last one is that roller is an anti-aging eye cream, and I love this as well. But I kind of like the one that I make myself, but I use both. So whatever you like, I do it depending on what the skin around my eyes is looking at determines which one I'm going to use. So I will dab the other one if I start to see the lines, and that it can be from my water intake and my what I ate. Your skin actually shows what's going on, so it can change. But so we're going to get to the hair part. Now, I will just tell you, first of all, doTERRA is revamping their hairline. So the bottles may change as well. I was one to test some of them, some of the products. It's pretty neat. But people have loved, and here's the thing, they change things and upgrade things, and it only gets better. So if we loved it and people were raving about it before, I'm sure the same will be true, but even better about the effects. Okay. So people have been loving the effects of the hair care and what the products do for them. Getting from this basic essential lines and avoiding the stuff that, gets into our scalp and toxins of other products. People have seen better hair growth, and they gain more hair back, and it's fuller, it's healthier, it's shinier, just in general. So play with them and see what suits you best. I will say, one lady that I've learned from, she had a medical condition and was losing her hair. When she was wanting to gain it back, these come in liter size as well. And so she would put a whole bottle of rosemary into the liter of shampoo, and she saw wonderful results. And she said every time she thought, I'll try something else to have my hair get thicker or something like that, she said she would just come back to the doTERRA. It didn't work as well. So just sharing that, passing it along. Some other tips that I've found from people, some skip the conditioner. I don't know what the new formula is going to be like, but it did have people with gluten sensitivity sometimes avoid it on the scalp, but they would put it on the rest of their hair. And some just avoided it to get all together, but used the root to tip serum. So those are just some things you can try and see how you like it. If you do try just using the root to tip serum, don't worry. It is like an oil at first, but once it absorbs into your hair, it won't be greasy. Like, don't go overboard, but it won't be greasy. Just rub it through, and get it through your root to all the way to the ends. The glaze, I will tell you this, at first you may not think it's enough hold, but once your body gets used to the natural shampoo and conditioner and better products, it will hold throughout the day. I can put that in my hair and it will last for days until I wash it again. Now, sometimes the curl might loosen. I do have curly hair, but sometimes I like the softer curl and get it gathered together instead of all these different things. So I will use an iron with it, but it will hold. So just wanted to say I've experimented with that. Um, hey, you still can use some spray or something if you need to, but we're just trying to reduce the amount of toxins, right? And then Yarrow Pong. This is a surprise, but by adding it to the scalp, I have some friends that say it helped them to regain the color back in their hair, where they actually could see the growth and it was, regular color, then some gray, and then color again. So I don't know. You can try that and see what happens. I think they were just adding it to the scalp. Oh, and some of them were just adding it to the root to tip serum and then applying it to their scalp that way because it is thick to just drop on your scalp. I would say, you would have to have it in something else. So actually, they were adding it to the serum. So we're going to talk about some of the oils just with hair. Um, Now, lavender is great in general. It's going to help keep your hair clean and healthy, but it helps to thicken a little bit. Jasmine nourishes that skin and scalp for things that you might have going on there. Sandalwood is overlooked, um, just repairing, restoring the moisture to it and giving it a shine. Tea tree is for thick, clean hair and healthy. I would say, a lot of tea tree people use for dandruff and things like that. Jasmine also can, but it's also for other kind of conditions with the scalp. There are some things that can go on there. Geranium, again, for the scalp to be looking healthy and clean. And then also give your rest of your hair a vibrant, healthy glow. Clary sage, you can use that on there. I will say it helps with the scalp too, but it can, do not put the shampoo in your hair and or the conditioner and then put this drops in there because I found that made my hair greasy. Clary sage can be used as a conditioner, but it needs to be in a bigger amount, not just a drop. A drop is a lot for just, one shampooing the amount that you would use. So just tips there. Roman chamomile also helps your overall hair. Thyme is for thickness and healthy looking clean scalp. Lime is for cleansing as well. Ylang ylang is also conditioning, healthy, shiny. I would say if you see shiny or healthy, it's conditioning. Rosemary this is for if you see abundant looking, this is for thickening the head of hair, having more hair and thickening. So must add them to the shampoo or conditioner and then massage it into your scalp. Or you can put it in the fractionated coconut oil and then put it into your hair to condition it, detangle it, and control the frizz. On the next page, you will see another tip. So if you want to apply a couple of drops of that to your hand and then put it in your scalp, rub it, I might put the fractionated coconut oil. See, it says to dilute it with that because it's going to help it spread easier. 2 drops may not spread as easy, but then you can put them on your scalp, okay, but only before you're going to wash it. So either 30 minutes before you're going to wash, and then it won't leave as oily residue, and or you could leave it overnight and then get up and wash it, but only the only the couple drops in your palm when you're going to wash it. If you're washing your hair, it's going to be, and then rinsing it. Some people are putting it as conditioner. It's going to be too much. So again, lavenders for thickness and hydration for an itchy scalp and growth. Melaleucas for the healthy scalp in general. Cedarwood, growth again and volume to your hair. Peppermints for the circulation, also helps with the itchiness. Rosemary for growth and volume, also helps with oily hair and hydration. Clary sage is basically for hormonal loss. Thyme is for thickness. Then if you're looking on the right, so if you have oily hair, I would gravitate more towards peppermint, cypress, and lemon. Dry, the lavender is going to be more conditioning, so will be the cedarwood, tea tree, rosemary for the scalp kind of things. Although lavender will be a full conditioning, and so would cedarwood. Growth, peppermint's going to be great, cedarwood, lavender, rosemary, tea tree, and thyme. loss for hair loss. So they're different. So growth means you want to have like more in thickness coming in, but hair loss can mean you just want to stop the loss, right? Um, and you might combine some of those, but sage, clary sage, frankincense, rosemary, lavender. And then here we're going to get into some DIYs again. So a lot of people like the texturing hairspray. So I want to give you some healthier alternatives to what we got out there that isn't going to harm us. So in an 8-ounce spray bottle, you can put a cup of hot water, 2 tablespoons of Epsom salt, then half teaspoon of regular sea salt, a teaspoon of the glaze. Okay, we're going to just mix up that glaze, break it down because it's got a lot of healthy things in it. And it'll give it that hold. A half teaspoon of FCO, 5 drops of rosemary and peppermint. And then just spray it, shake it up, and it's gonna break it up in the water, and that glaze is gonna get in there, and then spray it liberally on your hair and then scrunch it up. And that's how you get that beachy wave thing going. And then let it dry. For split ends, I would do this. These are all very soothing. So a drop of rosemary, cedarwood, niaouli, lavender. So you can add the oils to a tablespoon of sweet almond oil or argan oil. It's going to be a little bit heavier, and apply it to the ends of your hair. Now for heat protecting spray, okay, we're getting into all the things that are out there that people are buying, right? A teaspoon of fractionated coconut oil, a tablespoon of the sweet almond oil because you want it to be a little bit thicker, 2 teaspoons of conditioner. Just put the conditioner in there, and we're going to put a cup of water, so it's not going to be as heavy, and then 5 drops of clary sage, 5 drops of geranium. So pour half of the water into the spray bottle, add the oils and the conditioner, then put in the rest of the water, and then you got water on both sides of the oil, shake it up and everything, and then spray it to your hair, work it through so that it's coated, and then style as normal. Now, when you need a deep clean, you know how like you go to the hairdresser and you're like, my hair doesn't come out like this. Well, they're using a stronger cleaner to get rid of the buildup. So you don't do it all the time, but this is what you would use. 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 8 tablespoons of water, 8 drops of rosemary, 6 drops of lemon, 4 drops of grapefruit. So combine everything in a bowl, then comb it through your hair. The acid is going to remove away any of the oil, dirt, and any of the buildup from products, the sulfate products. And then allow it to sit for about 20 minutes, and then rinse it out in your hair in the shower, and then go ahead and shampoo and condition. So you're going to do this as the removal of that's on your scalp, then you're just going to shampoo and condition like normal. Leave-in hair conditioning spray. So 3 parts distilled water, 2.5 tablespoons of vegetable glycerin. This is easy to get off of Amazon, don't panic, okay? A tablespoon of FCO, a tablespoon of rose water. Again, I get that from Amazon. There's some good companies. 2 drops of ylang ylang, 3 drops of rosemary, okay? Those are very conditioning. So then put all the ingredients in this spray bottle, shake it up well, put it over your damp hair, and then you're good to go, okay? You put this on after it's a leave-in, so after you shampoo and condition. Don't rinse it and just style as normal. Anti-frizz, hello, that's me. 2 tablespoons of FCO, 2 tablespoons of aloe vera gel, and then a half a cup of distilled water, and then 5 to 10 drops of lavender oil. You can see what it does for your hair, and then add more if you need to. I would start with 5, but put them all on the spray bottle, shake it up, and spray on a thin layer of hair after you style it, so that you just are getting the flyaways. You're not putting it on heavily, right? You're just helping with the frizz. And then a hair detangler, a 12-ounce spray bottle this time, 1.5 cups distilled water, 3 tablespoons of marshmallow root, a half a cup of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of the conditioner, then 5 of rosemary, patchouli, geranium, and tea tree. Boil the marshmallow root and water, then reduce it and let it simmer so that it mixes well. Then cool it and strain the marshmallow root. You can just use a wire strainer. You don't have to do the cheesecloth, whatever which one you have. Then while it's warm, add in the conditioner so that it melts and blends in really good. Then put in apple cider vinegar and your oils after it cools a bit. Then spray it on your hair and you got it for as long as it lasts. Sun protecting spray, just a fourth cup, just a quarter cup of aloe vera gel, or you could do a cup of the juice, and then a quarter cup of the almond oil, a teaspoon of carrot seed oil. Carrot seed oil is just a natural sunscreen. Just that alone is enough for, I don't care who you are, you can go out. Carrot seed oil is very, very high protecting. A teaspoon of wheat germ oil, and if you are trying to omit, if you have gluten sensitivity, just skip that. And then 3 to 4 drops of rosemary. So you just put the aloe and the oil into the spray bottle and then mix up everything and spray it on right before you go into the sun or right before you hop into the pool to protect your color. And then shake it up again before every use. Now, these are just some questions that I get all the time, and there are different ones. I have given recipes for helping your hair grow. I will say the lifelong vitality is going to be a key, and then the shampoo and conditioner. But then you can step up with one on the right, and then if you need it, go to the one on the left, I would say. So 10 drops of lavender, cedarwood, and rosemary, just in a little 2-ounce bottle with distilled water. If that isn't enough, then you can change it. 5 of peppermint frank, 7 of lavender and rosemary and cedarwood. Okay, add them to a 4-ounce distilled water and spray it on your hair. I would do it every day. Just spray it, try to separate your hair and get it to the root, spray it close and then spread it around. You don't want to get so much on your hair, you'll have to wash it out more, but it's not too greasy. Now for dandruff, here's some more sprays that we can do. 2 drops of rosemary, 4 of lavender, 5 of tea tree, and 2 of copaiba. Put it in a 2 ounce of water and spray it on your scalp. It helps to, between washes and stuff, helps to break that up and prevent it. Dry scalp, 7 of cedarwood, geranium, and patchouli, and then just put the distilled water in there. And then here is a hair serum recipe for fried, like damaged, dry hair. Sometimes after the summer when I lived in Florida, this would be great, or if you spend a lot of time in the pool, or just where it's dry climate. 1 ounce of argan oil or FCO. Either one's going to be okay. You don't need it to be so heavy because you're just using it for the frizz and all that. 4 drops of lavender, 4 geranium, and ylang ylang. Put it in a 1 ounce dropper bottle and then add all the ingredients, roll it between your hands, like rub it up a little bit, and then use 2 or 3 drops of the serum in your hands and apply to your hair, but start at the bottom where it's the heavier and it can use the frizz usually happens there, then work your way up to where, because like my frizz, sometimes I'll have a little bit up here, but it's very little. So if I start at the bottom and then get right here is usually where I have to stop. And then I just take a little bit left and smooth the top of your roots. You don't really want to do as much at the roots though, but that's how you do it. So here's a suggestion for your loyalty order. I would do the Lifelong Vitality, the Terrazyme, your probiotic, and then get the Virage, and you'll be able to get the free oil of the month. But this will be good to start your, your face, your skincare line. If you want to try the hair, here's some other suggestions. So maybe you want to do the Terrazyme and the Previa Assist. Maybe you have something with skin, or you just want to help your hair as well. And then you want to get the whole hair care line. You'll get your free oil. It'll be $2.29. If you choose instead, like maybe you just want lavender for some conditioning and tea tree for the roots, then you can, just get the shampoo and conditioner that way. It'll be $151. You'll still get, it's going to be $127. So you'll just barely hit the $125 for the free oil. I just wanted to give you some examples. So that's it. If you have any more questions, feel free to message me. We can talk about other things or tips or tricks. There's still more that I can't put everything in here. You can ask me and I'll send you an ebook for this. A lot of the recipes I shared are in there. I think it's about 12. And then I just added additional, and that's for hair care. But I'm going to share with you a little bit more about just the joy of the business and why I love this. So this is about one way that we get paid. So we, share with other people and we plant little seeds, and then people want to share and we work on what's called the power of three. So we harness the power of three. This is just helping three people. And this is like a little diagram. It's kind of in our back office. It lets us know when people are being loyal and they're doing 100, they get a little O on their chest. And we help them help others. So really, this is the one form of compensation. And this will help you. There is different things that happen. So it's a sliding scale. You either get one level or the other. So the first level pays 50, the second level pays 250, and the third level pays 1500. But you're either going to get one or the other. You're not going to get the 50 and the 250. If you reach the 250, that's what you get. Okay. And some of the lingo that you'll hear is building to the power of three or PO3. And then the other important thing to know is like your team structure, your team volume, when you're helping other people have a group, is called OV for overall volume. And the bonus, like I said, isn't cumulative. You only get the one. And then next week, I'll give you a simple formula to breaking this down a little bit different. But I'll just do some simple things here where on the power of three, next week I'll go into other forms of pay that we have, but I shared with you the fast start when we just help someone. And then this one's a little bit detailed that people like to do. Because usually if you can get that 250 power three, everything's paid for anyway, and you're gonna help some family or friends. So it's easy to just go this route. But this is paid monthly. And what happens is for the first level, it's you, which is that top girl. And then anybody that would be, a customer or somebody that wants to share on your front line. And it's going to be amongst all of you having 600 points, your overall volume. And you and three others have to do 100 points. Okay. So you're going to find some people that want to share and they're going to do their 100. And if just you say you do 125 and they do 125, then that's going to, or 150, then it would be the 600. You might have some customers that just thrown in there. So maybe you each do 100, right? And then everybody adds up to 600, but either you can even have more than these people here, but I'm just saying it equals anything that equals 600. And three people have to be doing their 100. You get $50 a month. So you spend 100, you get 50 back. You're spending $50 a month. Now, the second power of three, the second level, is just you helping those three people that chose to share with their family and friends to get their $50 bonus. So they're just going to share and have three people that, want to do that. And then you get 250. And that's just all the time. It's not too hard to do, but you get that every month. And then a lot of times, most people just want the 250 to cover their stuff. So if you help those people that now got they're getting their 50, so you're getting your 250. If you do that again, then you get the $1,500 bonus. So they each have to reach their, $50, and you're just helping them. But it really starts to happen organically. I just know people share with their sister and their brother and their sister-in-law and their neighbor, and just kind of happens that way. But that's basically what it is you helping your three people help their three people. So they are each getting their 50, which helps them get 250, and you get 1,500. That's pretty much it. It's based on a structure. It's and as you keep going, you start reaching ranks and you get bonus for leadership because you're helping other people and you're helping them learn how to use the products and strategies and stuff like that. And usually we tell people build to the first level, get your $50, and then you usually reach elite and premier, which I will explain later. Then you're working with a couple other people by that point. So then you start working on your second level of three, and you usually hit two more ranks. And then you go for your third level, and then you hit a couple more ranks. So it comes in time, but because you really have to have people that want to help others. So, but we'll discuss ranks in another class. I just wanted to give you an idea that, fast start is easy anytime you help somebody, but this one's fairly easy too, because you're just looking at three people and helping them with family and friends. So just wanted to break down a little bit because, people start to wonder, and here's some information. And I hope you enjoyed it and that you learned things and you see how great it is that you can get your skin looking the way you want and work with some hair things that we can avoid things that are changing our health. And it really isn't that hard. I have like 3 bottles over there of the sprays that I use, and I have rollers here. So you get in the habit, it becomes really fun. But remember to keep your wish list going. As I said, you're going to hear different things. And, I just had a wish list for a year or two and eventually got, all the things I wanted, but comes in time. All right. I'll see you in the next class. Bye bye.